This is definitely one of those dreams come true. It's wild. Well, the Winter Soldier is basically a brainwashed, desensitized weapon that's trained to kill, and will stop at nothing to achieve his sort of goal and, wiping out the target. His target this time around is Steve Rogers, who happens to believe that he's fighting his old best friend. So that would put him at a disadvantage.
And what was it like working with such an amazing cast?
Oh, I mean, it's just something that doesn't happen every day. You just, every day I would sort of pinch myself going to work and saying, remember this, this is an incredible experience. You're sitting across from Robert Redford. The Sting was one of my favorite movies growing up. I mean, when we were on set, I would ask him all these questions about just actors that he's worked with, and I've always idolized Paul Newman, and so it's one of those things where your brain just really tries to just photograph memory, just take the picture and always remember it, and so it's great.
And I wanted to just touch on the physicality of the role. What sort of prep went into this movie, such a huge picture?
I spent all this time literally trying to think about how that was going to happen because I didn't have dialogue, so to some extent, and so I just thought, I don't know, what am I going to do? Like, how am I going to move? And actually, it wasn't until the first day that I finally had the whole thing on that I realized, oh wow, this thing is heavy, and I'm moving a certain way, and I actually started. That's when my discovery began on the first day of shooting. I mean, Chris is definitely stronger, that's for sure. I might have some adrenaline on him. We'll see if I would get lucky, but he'd probably put me out. I don't know.
What was it like working with Scarlett, though? Must have been amazing.
Yeah, well, Scarlett's one of the best that's out there. There's so many movies of hers that I loved. I mean, and just to get a chance to be on screen with her was a privilege. She's extremely dedicated, and all these guys are just professionals. I mean, I feel very lucky to be up there. My knees were pretty banged up, my ankles as well. I actually think one of my shoulders at some point was hurting. I would wake up and not know where the pain was coming from.
What's it like being the best?
Listen, some of the best actors known to man have played bad guys, and it's sort of it's the best. I mean, you always want to play those roles. Growing up, I was always more interested in the villains, and this is a character that kind of gets to go on both sides, and so it was great. It was exciting. Yeah, well, I had waited about 2 years after the first film to really know if I was coming back. So when I actually finally heard, I was kind of stunned. You always try to mentally prepare about, well, what if it happens? And then when it happens, you just sort of like everything just freezes for a second. I think that fans that are die-hard comic book fans are going to be very happy because the Russos were so determined to stay right on track with the Brubaker storyline of the Winter Soldier. So I think they're going to be excited because what they expect is what they're going to get.
And you've got a long contract with Marvel. Are we going to be seeing a film purely based on your character at any point in the future?
That is not something that's up to me. It's like I said, I love working with these guys, and I'll follow them wherever they want to go.
We have a final message for all the Marvel fans out there that are so supportive and dedicated.
You guys are the fucking best fans anyone could ever wish for. It's an honor and a pleasure to be playing a character that you guys like in the comic books.